guys, welcome back to another video. So I read something truly crazy today and I must share it with you guys because I need your opinions. I'm so torn up about this one tactic this one carrier used in order to get loads. On one hand, it's a great sales tactic, but on another hand, it can really screw up the market even worse than it is right now. So let's chat about it. Ready? Let's go. We all know that in a market as competitive as this one, we all use our own sales tactics in order to get our hands on a load, right? Some of us, like for example, what we do is we're willing to haul loads to really, really bad areas as long as the rate per mile allows us to deadhead out, or we're willing to do loads that are more challenging that other people will not be as quick to book. Others are focusing on oversize or overweight loads to stay competitive. Some are willing to deadhead to wazoo for the next load, and then others are competing with their pricing. I know of carriers who, once the load is covered, will call the broker and simply offer a lower price so that the load goes to them. It happened to us. We booked a load at the posted rate, and then within a few minutes, we were taken off the load, and the broker was not shy in admitting that another carrier called and offered a lower rate. Needless to say, this was the first and last time I ever spoke to this broker. I don't even remember their name because it happened a while ago. Now, this game of competition is being played by those seasoned carriers who are actually able to book loads. But the question is, what is happening with the new carriers where they are facing a situation where 90% of brokers, even more, refuse to work with them because their MC is too new? Well, one dude decided to get very creative to get loads as a new carrier. And on one hand, it's absolute crap, but on the other hand, I mean, let's call things as they are. It was ingenious, but let me know what you think once I tell you the story. ICV Express owner-operator, Mr. Denisenko, had an MC that was just a few months old. This, of course, means that he was locked out from working with pretty much all brokers except for TQL and CH Robinson. So what does he do? Well, he gets an idea to break the ice with brokers so that they start letting him haul their loads. First of all, he decided that on the platform X, he will log his everyday business day-to-day operations, including what loads he is on, just to build that public presence so that the brokers feel like, okay, they know this guy and they know that he does a good job on loads and they trust him more. And the second thing, the crazy thing, is that at the Broker Carrier Summit, he decided to give the brokers who were attending his business card. And his business card read, and I quote, 50% off a load over 500 miles, under 500 miles, first load is free. Now, according to Mr. Denisenko, when he offered those business cards to brokers at that Broker Carrier Summit, the brokers were shocked, obviously, and their first question was, why are you doing this? His response, I quote, I'm here for long-term relationships. Even if I do it for free, it's a small price to pay. It gets my foot in the door and shows them how I stand out from other owner-operators. Now, I was pleased to read that none of the brokers there took him up on the offer of hauling their loads for free, and he did end up getting set up with 5 or 6 brokers by the time he left the summit. And apparently, currently, he averages around $2 per mile in his own operations. Now, my thought process on this is kind of twofold. On one hand, Mr. Denisenko did something that is very clever. He used the shock factor in sales in order to get his foot through the door, and it really worked for him. Of course, in sales, being creative and witty and finding solutions is always welcome. But the precedent it sets, yikes. It makes me wonder how many of the loads that I booked, I got the rate confirmation that all of a sudden got canceled or postponed were actually given to another carrier who offered a hefty discount. How many carriers are actually doing something like Mr. Denisenko said he was doing, and how many brokers are taking these carriers up on their offers? And is that why I saw a load today posted from Texas to Montana going out on the weekend, where they absolutely will not budge on a rate of $1.80 per mile for a full truckload going to a completely crappy area. Montana is not a good area for flatbeds. I don't know if any of you have been booking loads today or what areas you were in, but something that we probably all know is that Fridays lately, they get crazy competitive, especially when there is a holiday that falls on a Monday. A load comes out. The moment it comes out, my fingers are already dialing the phone number, and you either get a busy tone or the broker's phone is turned off or it's covered within a second. Or the thing that happened today, one of my favorite things that happens, a load gets posted. Today, a load got posted for $3,000. The moment I start dialing, within a few seconds, it's posted at $2,700 by the same broker and covered a few seconds later. I mean, it's insanity. Friday is insanity. Now, I'm all for healthy competition, of course. If my company cannot operate below a certain rate per mile and another person can, it is not their problem that I cannot book that load and they can. But when you have people cutting down rates and booking loads simply because they want to be able to say that I hauled something through the weekend and I saw this today. I saw this happening today. People were booking loads for $1.50, $1.40 per mile, and booking loads, okay, the rate I cannot judge because everyone has a different cost per mile, whatever. If it doesn't work for me, fine. It works for them, fine. But the problem is loads by brokers with horrific credit scores were flying off the board. So literally people are booking loads just for the sake of being able to say, I hauled something this weekend. Doesn't matter if they will get paid or not, or whether they will lose money on this load. It's very interesting. But yeah, guys, I know this video is short. I just wanted to get your opinion on this sales tactic that Mr. Denisenko used, and how many people do you think are using that sales tactic to get more loads? Do you think it's smart or is it a scary thing? Yeah, would love to hear your opinions. Anyway, wishing you all a fantastic rest of your week and weekend, and a fantastic holiday as well. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep learning, and I will see you in the next video.